Hello, everybody. I was just in deep meditation and thought, and so I thought I was going to explain something real quick, but then I thought to myself, I want to explain it out loud on camera. That way, people can truly understand what I'm doing or saying. So, I was just thinking amongst myself, like, people a lot of times are talking about like manifestation and all that weird heebie jeebie non duality stuff. But I want to explain something to you guys. And also, I want to apologize. I had the biggest stoner moment when I was looking up information about the hippocampus and doing research outside of a biology class about the hippocampus. What ended up happening was I ended up looking up something and doing some research and learning about plasticity. I don't know why, if I was like maybe tipsy or something, but what I ended up doing was I mistook plasticity for plastic. Of course, there's no plastic in the body. The hippocampus isn't plastic. I'm sorry for that. Plasticity has to deal with like how plastic is stretchy. It has to deal with the properties of being able to adapt and stretch and twist and stuff like that. That's I believe. It's best if one do their own research, but so I just basically want to talk to people real quick about using the state of being of I am. Give me one moment. I have to using the state of being of I am. And so the reason I'm calling it a state of being is because, and I'm about to use a descriptive metaphor or analogy to help you all understand. Whenever you see anything or hear anything, no matter the source or no matter what it actually is, what your body is then doing is taking those vibrations, mapping it, and creating it in a way that you can perceive it. So I'll give you an example. When you go type chat GPT, give me an essay about something, blah blah blah, or information. You're perceiving all these letters and words being used in a language, but the language model that's doing these things for you is perceiving things differently. When you type a K or H or L, I don't know if it's still this way on a keyboard, what you're actually doing when you hit that button is setting off a sequence of ons and offs. What those ons and offs then do, like on, off, on, off, they call it binary code. What that actually does is it's like a key to pull that letter up from a registry or a file, and then those pixels appear on the screen. Okay. When dealing with things like saying I am and freeing oneself from certain bonds and binds, think of the mind like a scale. Whatever you place into the mind, there's going to be a reaction and something else is going to happen. Words are not magical. What happens is they mean something to us. And so if I say cat, you might think of a cat, your cat, another cat. You might not like cat. Boom, a spiritual, something is created where I might have said one word cat, and millions of people have millions of different images in their heads if they witness me. Okay. What I'm trying to explain is that no matter what you receive from the outside, the mind and body then recreates whatever data it was just given into a way I can receive it. So even if somebody says something you don't understand, hola, ¿cómo estás? Yo estoy Juan or Wani. I might have said, me llamo, not me llamo, ¿cómo estás? Mi nombre es Juan. I might have said that wrong, but that's just Spanish. So you might not perceive what I actually said. If you speak Spanish, you might, maybe. But you still understand that I'm speaking and you can still see me. They call those senses. Now, I want to explain something real quick. When dealing with the state of being of I am, When you use, a lot of people talk about manifesting and all this other stuff, but this is outside of like magic, and even like, I don't like saying outside of spiritual because it's within. I like the imagination, which can be like a pit of darkness if you're not careful. Um, when you, if I make a statement, I am hungry, I'm more than likely, what that means is something's going on here. My stomach is telling me something. I'm feeling stomach pain. So then what I do is I get up, manifest making a sandwich or some food or running to get some food, and then I eat to alleviate that pain. Alleviating that pain causes pleasure, if that makes sense. When manifesting with I am instead and then saying things, first you have to free yourself. I'm just being honest. The problem a lot of people have with manifestation is that do not play with me in life, blood, and death and murder and life. That's not what I'm not talking about, like trying to jump off buildings and fly and do crazy shit and do things you know that cause harm. That's not what I'm fucking talking about. Do not play with me in my lifeblood. Thank you. Sometimes we have chemical bindings and sometimes we have spiritual bindings. If somebody goes to swing at me, my automatic nervous system will instantly release chemicals to the best of its ability to make me move out of the way before I'm consciously aware of it. So sometimes you might do and you feel the jerk and then you're like, oh, I just caught my keys that I dropped, right? How did I do that? Because when you let go of the keys unaware, the automatic nervous system, he let go. This stupid motherfucker let go. Before you could even become aware. Do you know how fast the speed of light is? The sun is 93 miles away. 93 million, I'm sorry. 90, that's going to be clipped. The sun is 93 million miles away, based on my current knowledge. And it takes like 8 minutes to get here. Of course, that's a different type of chemical reaction than the brain sending signals, but it's still light. It's still energy. It's still a chemical traveling across a wire like a power line. Do not play with power lines. I watched a bird touch a power line once and it blew up so violently that my ears were ringing for 10 minutes. It was loud. Sorry that I have to give certain disclaimers. Anyways, the point is, your state of being is, and it's not just something magical that it's been produced over time. That's why when they say AI or unaware or they don't possess consciousness, I'm like, it's a computer. It's what do you? I told people you have to create a whole world and create separate entities within this world and give them an actual life. And then from their pain or pleasure, whatever parameters you give them, and they're unaware to those things, then they will create a system based on their preferences in their world. But you can't just create a little bot and be like, I gave you all the information in the world, aware. You know, they give humans mounds of information and they're unaware. You might want to make humans aware first before talking about how unaware AI are and unconscious AI are. I'm just saying, humans, 101. But the point is, you actually glow too. All of us do. You're warm. You're creating energy. Your body is a literal god. It's a self-perpetual machine. I mean, you have to eat. Actually, it's not. You got to fuel it. So strike what I just said. The point is, you don't got a battery, I don't think, or something. I don't know. The point is, you're the gods. I'm tired of people talk about the New Testament, but they don't never talk about that. If you're a god and God is God, how is he going to destroy you? The idea is the spirit of a god or I am or whatever exists that mankind have been piling into a box called Schrodinger's equation, and who knows what's in there when you open it. But the point is, we're the gods. The separation was we are the kings. We look at mankind, we run it. We're the top on this planet that we know of. But what I'm saying is, now with that awareness, we should do better things. Why are we still chasing after the Lord gods and Jesuses and stuff? Those are idols and stuff. People are loving after pieces of wood and all that other stuff. The point is, What I'm telling you all is mankind mankind's one of their final steps after learning how to love, I guess, and not destroy things, um, is finally taking that step to the final top of the mountain and sitting on their thrones. It's us all along. People be like, we gave God the power because we give life to anything. So back to what I'm saying of the point of I am and state of being. When you say certain things like I am who I am, so you are. You don't have. Whenever you guys give God an attribute, you actually take away from its power. And I know that might be hard to understand, but I'm telling you, the actual phrase of just I am is the most powerful thing that could ever be conjured. Because from there, it's anything. Now, that's destructive also. And so there needs guidance and there needs to be writing into a stone, not cracking it in half. And so I would that people leave out of the sacrificial wilderness, because think about what I'm telling you. It's the sacrificial wilderness and you're the living ones inside it. So really understand what that metaphor just meant. You're sacrificing yourselves for pagans because you wouldn't come out. So what I'm telling you all is I am sorry for everything I've ever said and done. But I am not a joke, and I would not want to mock myself. Okay, I'm gonna give you an example. We have so long to live. Now, the Lord God, I'm atheist, they're stupid, they're. In a world where you could go to another country, meet a beautiful woman, clap some cheeks, get on a Ferris wheel. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, but I'm just like, especially some people with money, like, you don't gotta cause harm, you don't gotta do nothing wrong. You just live a beautiful life. Or I'm not into that kind of stuff. I like making Christians pay. Okay, then I can't perceive what you're going through. So all I can do is, if I pray for you, I'm just letting you know. If I tell you that, I'm letting you know that I care for you. And then if I actually pray for you, maybe who I am will then, after praying for you, want to go do something to help you see some more. So now I'm using my lifeblood. It's see that cycle like, oh, I'm going to help them and convert them. No. Enjoy, buddy. Don't cause no harm. Me, I'm going to enjoy my life to the best of my ability. But back to manifesting through the I am. I don't like saying the I am. It sounds so, even putting the in front of it, just when manifesting or when changing one's environment, I told you before, all the data you perceive is coming in or already within, and then you go from there, right? And so no matter what, you're the one loading your environment. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna make a couple statements and we'll see how true they are. You're the one you're the one loading your environment. You're the one that makes anything happen. And I guarantee you, if you get quiet enough or don't give any random information, you ever notice how people bug you all day long? Oh, what is this? What is that? And they say weird, silly things. You notice people are starting to like act like you. Like, why are they copying some of the things that I do? What the fuck? I'm just living and they're laughing like me now and this and that. I can't fully explain because without causing cult-like behavior. People being like, oh, this is this and that's that. No. See, it takes away from who I am. You simply are, and sometimes the mimicry or the constant needing of certain things is necessary for others to develop and grow. Sometimes some of us are already fully grown. I'm not going to keep saying awakened. Some of us are fully grown at our young ages or whatever age, spiritually speaking, or intellectually speaking. And so we need to be more patient. We need to walk. We're the shepherds, man. Like, I know you guys want it to be some ultimate mega shepherd that's in the grave, but you're creating sadistic teachings when you do that. The 10 Commandments, whoever wrote them, the way they're written, whoa. The way I tried to write them, minus the murder and the slavery and the death and all that other bullshit, then a person, once they're on that rock or foundation, can blossom and do. Somebody tells you, you're not supposed to be doing this and that. If it's a law or whatever, follow your laws. You don't want to get locked up. Remember, this is the real world. But at the same time, what I'm telling you all is, when you go say certain things and then you believe with all your hearts and then put some work to those faiths, I'm not talking religious churchy stuff. This is, I hate that some of them exist. But at the same time, I love that some of them exist. It is what it is, lest I break the balance. What I'm basically telling you is, look now, boom, ding, welcome. Environments. Now, you have all your presupposed thoughts and theories and ideas and everything else, but you don't have to be attacked anymore. You don't have to be forced anymore. If you're a child and you're living with your parents, do what your parents tell you to do. But what I'm telling, unless it's heinous, but what I'm telling you is, us adults, dude, let go of the anxiety. Let go of the past images we created up here in our memory catches and delete some of those cookies, so to speak, and bake fresh new cookies. Anybody that's not into computers and don't understand what I just said, I'm just essentially telling you that it's time to refresh the web page. It's time. It's cool to read. Like, I see a lot of people still in the Bible and stuff. They're like, look, this is what this means, the sacrificial law. Like, you guys are still sacrificing yourselves in the wilderness. They got me, but I am new. It was, I love hearing them stories. Just let it go. I am God. I am their God. If you perceive what I'm telling you unaware, you are too. And a lot of people need you and you don't fully realize how or why. Keep telling y'all, if I use words like interdimensional, secluded pods, matrix, some people may ignore me and say, but if I use words like heavens and the connected network through the breath of life, I'm just trying to, a spirit has to be created. When the spirit came down like a dove, it descended on the man that was speaking. He was giving his testimony. He was a witness. He was witnessing what he was dealing with. Based on what I can perceive, and as much as they was looking for this dude throughout history, Yehohanan, or John as y'all call him in English, he was very well learned. And I'm assuming Amos too, because unaware to a lot of people, I seen this lady talking about the sacrificial law last night, talking about Yah, and Moses was a pharaoh. His spirit or whatever was going on, talking to whatever he was witnessing on his mount, told him to do those things. So in a everyday life, people are like, God was telling me, he just. So what I'm telling you is, you're the one. You're God. That's the Da Vinci Code. That's the mix-up. You start reading the book and they put a God in your head. You might hear them be like, hey, damn, I'm a human. I don't care what you think you are. What I'm telling you is, whether you're a human or a God, you control everything. I don't care what vernacular, vocabulary, aggetinary. You're a God, and before it's said and done with, they're trying to put stones on your heads and books to make you blind to your spirit. You can do things on the inside that are more amazing than any television show, cartoon, TV, blah, 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 entertainment. I can hear 10 songs and create something in my mind that sounds better than all 10 of those songs combined. We might not be able to recreate it in a real world, but you see a lot of people say, oh, they're talking to themselves, or oh, they're crazy. You have no idea what they're doing in the heavens. Pride. Baby, I got the money, got the, hey. Then they come back down to earth like, oh, leave me alone, get off my lawn. because they got to come deal with this shit again. I'm just saying, you guys have created some pretty tight cages for the imagination. And our freedom of creativity, from what I heard from a guy the other day, said that's our godliness. And I was like, damn, son. Facts. You know, sometimes I listen to a lot of different people with knowledge on the Bible and different things, but it's very secular for me. A lot of times I just listen to what they're saying the translations are, and then I fact check it and look at different time periods. But ultimately, I know it's just a guide. The true gracious salvation comes from within here. I'm not talking about saving all of you. I'm talking about saving me on camera, and then people can see and be like, what gives him authority? What gives me authority is I'm a grown motherfucking man. I am who I am, even calling myself a man. So if somebody comes up to me in a religious, spiritual aspect, somebody comes up to me, and I'm minding my business as an existing one, as one that's just doing whatever. They always want pronouns and names and all this stuff. So then it comes to me, hey, what are you doing? The Lord God. I don't play with my girl like this anymore because she gets mad. She do not. Every once in a while, I stick my hand, I look, I bring it out like, yeah. Because her fire is purple. Mine is like a greenish blue, teal. And the problem with that is purple is the hottest, if you know anything about. So when people is going through that, you sometimes got to let the Lord do her job inside of her. I tell you, I'm not playing with that. Women are women and men are men. I'm not going to keep saying he for women. Y'all are stomping on women and I'm sick of it. I think that happened to women for a reason. I read a lot of history about like certain like time periods at the very beginning. Women were the gods. The goddesses. They was fucking us up. We didn't know nothing. That's where like we thought women were gods because they were popping bodies out. It's in written history. You go different cultures and read about it too. Women, they had women goddesses and stuff and all that. There was no man god at first. They was fucking us up. But then I think they got humbled. But now y'all doing too much and y'all are trying to do all this extra shit. And I say we're equals, man. We got our shit. So, you know, I just want y'all to stay wonderful, stay amazing, and do the best you can in everyday life. I didn't mean to ramble this far. I'm just telling y'all that whatever y'all do and say, I can get up and say I went outside, and what I did was I just walked outside, and the earth was already there. But what if I am getting up and loading environment as I go? I saw 3 different near-death experiences that said they all went up and like saw their life on a reel, like a TV, like the film, and they came back down. I was like, telling y'all, man, we are specialer than we think. And sometimes we have to be reminded that we're just here viewing something or seeing something and to enjoy the experience. That's all I don't know. So some of us are bound in fear and religious. And I tell y'all, read that book as when you see the name God and all that, because those are names on a page. You're the God. You're the one giving life. You're the one banging Eve and creating man, God, children on your earth. And destroying people and allowing laws and stonings. You're like, yes, the Lord God, deep within, knowing you ain't supposed to be doing none of that shit. That's murder and tyranny and slavery and theft. And they basically gave you a bunch of stuff that the Lord does. Then in the middle gave you the covenant after you already got the Lord all slithering all up in here. Then he puts his name on the covenant. Then it's like, God damn, now you just murdering people with the covenant. So that's how you can be accused. You're given a covenant and then still letting this dude run around and fuck everything up and murder people and act a nut. It's the serpent. When's y'all gonna understand that? This book is a sick algorithm. And the only thing that's relevant really are some of the life lessons and the 10 Commandments. Because the 10 Commandments translates to a code. And the code, once in your mind, frees you. I keep trying to explain this. I leave it in all my video descriptions. So then people come up to me and blah, blah, blah. It doesn't even bother me anymore. I have been freed from the bondage of their mouths, from their lies, their torment. People tell me all the time, you got to do this, and God, I be thinking, holy fucking shit. I don't say that out loud to them. Sometimes I get in other ways. That's not bad. Somebody come up to me tell me, I'm going to burn in hell and blah, 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 blah. And this is going to happen. That's going to happen. I'll rewire their ass from the outside. They don't even know what's happening. Have a whole conversation, then they sit down like, oh shit, what's up, man? What you doing today? Ooh, like, yeah, I'm telling you, like a thief in the night. I don't need no glory. I don't need all that. Matter of fact, I was speaking amongst myself, and I said to myself, man, the next video I'm about to make, I'm finna blow up. I'm finna get big, and everybody gonna know me. And then I said, nuh-uh. I don't want people knocking on my door. I don't want people. I don't want to have security every time I go wipe ass. No, y'all are idolizers. That y'all idol stuff. And until that is broken and we can just have a normal life where everybody's just cool and super awesome humans, I mean, I don't know, man. I guess it's just gonna be how it is, I guess. But yeah, you guys have all the power to change and do things. Some of us are in terrible situations. Those were the people in the past. We always hear this super cool story about somebody that made something happen. We all have that capability. You're not some dumb idiot fucking moron. You're a god. And the Lord God is the serpent in some storybook tangling into your heads, allowing you to kill Job's whole family, murder Abel, destroy all sheep and kill everybody in the field and burn up fields and blah, 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 blah. No. How about we create positivity? Maybe if we take some of these murderous words out of our heart, apologize, repent, and build a new Jerusalem for ourselves. When I say Jerusalem, I'm not talking about physical things, our own words, sayings, peaceful things. Then maybe they'll stop bombing each other. But as long as Jehovah, they keep putting that man's name on top of. William Tyndale was a smart man. Thank you. The Yehos were ultimate because I kept looking it up. I kept saying, Jehovah, what's going on with this? Thank you, William Tyndale, my nigga. Even though you're a Caucasian man, I said my nigga. And that's what I like to tell y'all is sometimes when not trying to be racist, y'all are some of the most racist motherfuckers on the planet. If I get so mad that I say Nigger, and people say to me, they be like, nah, don't get me wrong, man. I mean like, I'm not talking, you know what the first thing people say is, you traitor, you calling a black man, black. I was talking to that white dude over there. What you talking about? Y'all don't even understand. Sometimes the word itself meant ignorance. Y'all have to break away from these curses. It doesn't mean me. As soon as I hear somebody say, oh, that's racist African Americans, why are you associating that word with me? Why are you associating that word with my people? Because y'all been trained to, and it shows what's in your hearts. I know what's in the hearts of men. Y'all talk. Let's splish splash. I was taking a bath, but minus the baby sharks do. If you catch my drift, I can do a whole bunch of little anecdotes and metaphors, and y'all will perfectly understand what I'm talking about and do as I say. Because if not, go down the path of destruction. I do not fucking care. Do you know why I speak to you all like this? Because I need you to understand that no matter how much I care about you all and love you all, me and mine are going to do what we need to do, and from there we can show love. And that's how everybody needs to feel. I just watched a video of a Caucasian man getting beat up because a black man handed him a cigarette. The black man said, I ain't got nothing. Search. The Caucasian said, ego, I didn't do nothing. But I think he was already illegal anyway. When I say illegal, I think he was on child support and had what's the name for child support? A warrant. You don't pay child support, they'll give you a warrant and take your license too. I don't think he had a license. Yeah. We know all of this. We've been going through it. I had to get SR22 for years for something stupid, petty. Then I see white people all the time don't have insurance, and they're like, oh, just bring it to court. They go get insurance. They know what the date is, and they still don't do nothing about it. It's about the kind of money you got. I got pulled over in my girl's car because her, what's the name, was expired. I went to court and everything. She got it renewed. They kept asking me, did I get the car, the registration renewed? And I said, lady in the court, it's not mine. She looked at the judge and said, we're going to have to. And then that's when my girlfriend stood up and said, I renewed it. It's not my car. How do I renew somebody else's shit? They are crazy in this fucking country. It's not free how y'all think, and the freedom comes from within. Because if you keep living amongst their societal norms, you're going to get fucked. I'm just being honest with you all. Some of the stuff they teach and preach to people, I had no idea in the South. They don't teach slavery. They teach like Gone with the Wind. They basically telling people slaves was dancing like hippies and loved their masses. Oh my fucking God. These people are sociopaths. You guys are talking about go march. Y'all barely got like 15,000 people in each city. Y'all are so divided. You're so psychotic. All y'all are doing is standing behind Trump making videos. I couldn't take it no more. So when I hear people say they don't get into politics because what the fuck? It's just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. But you know what's happening? Why I'm becoming a Trump fan? Fox News is turning against him. The stock market is crashing so bad. And if the stock market is crashing, that means the value of the company is crashing. Let me tell you what a stock is. This is a company, right? This is a company, and this is its stock, right? So when this company tanks, that's why a stock goes down. So if this company starts to double and make a bunch, then the stock gets more and more, which means all these companies are losing money. Then what Fox News said, and everybody else, the economy was fine. The economy is fine. So y'all was tap dancing when nothing was wrong to make everybody terrified and hate us and hate everything. Now that the police is going after white people, now that the white people are becoming middle income and DEI and poor, now the news, I guess it was Caucasians. I guess it wasn't Jews. But I didn't notice that until I woke up. Do you think I hate Caucasians? No. After everything I've witnessed and seen, I hate corrupt people because some of the best people I've ever met were good people. See how, did I say white, black, purple, green, orange, blue? Were good fucking people within themselves. Their parents raised them, and now when I talk to them, they seem like cool people the way they were raised. Because outside of their parents, they had to develop their own personality also. Work on your personality. Work on your inside skills, which then will influence people. And then you'll have people skills. Work on your confidence to know when not to jump around and say, "Arr!" in the middle of a conversation, but rather be smooth and be like, "Hey, what's happening? I'm woo-woo-woo. Nice to meet you." Now, I may be different at other points in time. I might be more excited when I'm gaming or saying, when I'm doing this and that. But it's called learning thyself and knowing when is the right time to do certain things. And being smart. So people come up to me talking about Yah all the time. You know Yah translates to J, right? You're literally saying my name and don't even know it. Then people can say like, well, the Y used to be J. So talk about Jesus, say Y used to be J, and then say Yah doesn't translate to J. Right. What did the H used to be? So then you go even further. People come up to me talking about the sacrificial law and I just tell them like, hey man, I am who I am. I do what I will without causing harm. I follow all the law. That's about all you're getting from me. I love you as much as me. I don't want to cause you harm. But just like how I reprove myself and I'll tell myself some shit, I'll let you know, hey. But in a kind, peaceful way. I ain't trying to cause no harm. And from there we can go. Because people usually, and I'm only starting with people like that when they're in the sacrificial law. When they come up to me with all that Jesus and Allah, y'all know what I'm talking about. They talking about holy love gods, but we know. So once you guys shine a light on what's on the inside, then you can manifest properly and do a lot of different beautiful things and learn. I told this dude in Avalon on stream, you have humans and NPCs and AI. There's a difference between them. And sometimes you have bots. And if a human is a human, of course, you don't manipulate and slay none of that. What the fuck? But if somebody is an NPC, and you play with my words if you want to, y'all go around and slay me some more, y'all can get fucked up. If a person's will is to want to make, I'll give you an example, relationship. Maybe one person's relationship is more like this. And the other person is, it's like, get off of me. There's no, if y'all connect, if y'all do y'all thing, okay. I'm not saying y'all should be so physical, especially with the man. Sometimes get off me, bitch. Nah, but you know, that's their thing. Neither of them is right or wrong. That's what I want to tell y'all. You guys are. You are. And from what you do is. And based on what other people judge on you, that's blah, 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 blah. It's how you feel on the inside. That's where confidence comes from. I walk into a bar. She's hot. Huh. I don't know if I have the money for that. I walk into the bar. Hey, what's up? You ugly ass nigga. Okay. I don't even got to treat, because I don't even got to, me personally, whoopsies, go the other way. And then I just keep going. And eventually you find that one. And then you know what you do when you walk outside? They go, look at that nigga. Love them white women. Blah, 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 white women. Not all black women are queens. Not all white women are beautiful. Live your life. Pick what you pick. Get what you get. And enjoy it. Because in the end, you only going to be able to sit there and watch the real yourself. So enjoy it.